Alright, hey guys, part two from yesterday's reviews. And I didn't mention that one, I'll mention it now. My buddy 87 Dark Knight, aka Kevin, as he posted in my Kickback review. He was the one that picked these up for me. I was short on cash and he was able to pick them up for me. So I'm very appreciative of that, which is he does. He's been my best friend for years, and I couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather have as a best friend, and that is how it is. So on to this review. Today it is Screama. Yeah. FoC Starscream. See, when the War for Cybertron figures came out, I was expecting, back a few years ago, I was actually expecting this guy. Plus the repaints. Which I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have this guy for a little while. Then I might buy two more, disassemble them, get them painted as Thundercracker and Skywarp. Because I don't want to spend the money to buy the Japanese versions. So, yeah. Very accurate representation of his boosting form. Yeah. And for those of you who don't really know this is the difference. In standard hover mode, the tail fins would be separated, and the nose cone would actually sit back a little bit. And the wings would probably be tucked in more. It's just a hover mode. This is the speed form. When you press the left trigger and he extends a little bit and you go faster. Standard flight mode. Stuff like that. Sorry about the voice. I have just woken up, so it's going to sound a little funny. But transformation on this, really cool. First thing you do, come to the back, obviously the obvious legs. But before that, if you can't see that little black piece, obvious visual hit right there. But anyways, come to the other side, and you unpick the legs that go on these little posts back here. Swing forward. Take the red nose cone bit, flip that all the way back, bring this all the way down. So like that. Come to the back again. Pull the hands out. And just unfold and unpeg the sides. And then you come around here, bend it back like this, bend it back like that, and then up. Kind of like angle it in two directions so that it comes flush like that. Then take a little tab. That big square tab pegs into his ass to form his back. Just like that. And then the last thing you do is one of the last things you do is you take the red intakes, swing them back, and then you get the head swing forward, reorient the arms, and you come under here to the feet, and flip out the toe stick. Just like that. Kind of tired. Sorry. And then you just fiddle. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Fiddle around with things, yada yada. And there you have him. There's Scream in robot mode. Now he looks cool. Definitely a great representation of his in-game character. And unfortunately, unlike his in-game character, he's got yellow eyes. Yeah. Top of his head, yellow light piping. In-game, he's got red light piping. Not a bad thing, but I think they wanted to do it to match the cockpit. That's silly. I mean, I could have just easily done a second clear plastic in there. But definitely a very accurate representation of him. The gray should be a little silvery, but it is what it is, whatever. Definitely the booster rocket feet, or the jet feet. Exactly how they show up in game. Definitely suffers from gorilla arm syndrome. Gorilla arm. Because of the way the hole is on the back of the forearm for the weapon. And speaking of the weapon, we get a very accurate, well, almost completely accurate representation of the upgraded neutron assault rifle from Fall of Cybertron, complete with alternate spinning barrel gimmick. And this can come apart in jet mode. Plug each of these individually into the wings, and they can come together. Make sure the gears line up. And then you can do that. You can spin at the gear, and they will. That's on the camera. They will rotate opposite each other, which is really cool. And there's no like wind-up mechanism. There's no external gear there's no external crank system that does it. You actually have to force it around. But it's cool. And it's got all these posts on it. It's got 2 long posts and then those 2 short posts. And I wish it came with a way. Here's what I really wish. I wish inside of here was wide enough and hollow enough that when you go to put it on Starscream's arm, you could cover the arm up. Like in games, so like this would make the arm disappear. The entire forearm. That would look really cool. But as it is, it doesn't happen that way. So we're kind of stuck, so I just do that. That's cool. But articulation-wise, his head is on a very tight swivel. Yeah, swivel, not a ball. It's the way the transformation is. It's got the hinged net as a swivel. Okay, this on camera. Swivel joint here because of the lifting panel for transformation. He's got a double swivel. He's got in and out. He's got this way because the transformation has a swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow, which on top of the bicep swivel. He's got the swinging elbow. Well, tight joints. Big problem here. So bicep swivel. He's got a double jointed elbow, which has got one edge up here, the other down near the forearm, and then a swivel joint on the hand. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Biggest problem is the way the arms don't really set stick in somewhere. They're just sitting there. So it's like you can't really turn them too much. And they're tied into the wing. So, like, if you try to fiddle with the wing, the arms tend to move a little bit. No waist articulation. You got a swing joint here. Swivel for the thigh. Sorry about that. You got a really good knee bend. That's a good one. And then it's really tight, but you do have an ankle pivot. Yeah. And then if you want to, you got a little bit of toe movement. But that's beside the point. Only major gripe is, if you can't see it, how hollow he is. Oh yeah, he's very hollow. But if you keep his arms down, you know, and you don't really do much to him, it actually fills in a bit. So you're not. So if you're looking at him from the front, you never see it. It's obvious if you're looking at him from the side. Definitely if you're looking at him from the back, because the way the arms peg in vehicle form, it leaves these huge gaps in robot mode. That's this arm panel flipped completely around. This arm panel flips completely around for vehicle form and pegs in and fits in right there. So that's how open it is, and you got two on either side, so it's very hollow back there. But the way I have him sitting from the front, and it's not a bad deal. Now, size comparison wise, Starscream is obviously much smaller than Megatron, and bring his other jet former out here. See how he compares to Shockwave. And top of the head, Shockwave is taller, but I go by top of the figure, and Starscream has a slight edge on him in terms of the intakes. Yeah, even at the top of the wings. You go to top of the figure stops at Shockwave's wings. Top of the figure on Starscream is the intakes, and by the intakes, Starscream has very slight, but he's got an edge over him. And let me see if I can pull this off. For those of you who play Fall of Cybertron, you'll know that on one escalation map, you've got the big four Decepticons: Soundwave, Starscream, Shockwave, and Megatron, even though he is in his Fall of Cybertron form in the escalation map. Which I like better. I like that you have set characters on an escalation map. And this is by far the best shot. That's not going to work, because they're all stuck in this position. So you got Megatron, Scream, Shocky, Shocker, and Soundwave. I'll try and make this better. Because again, about my setup here at home, it's hard to get them all in a spot where you can see them. But yeah, that escalation map where the four of them are together actually actually works because of how it is. Pardon the dirtiness of the floor. 0. And there they are. And honestly, it works. The four of them together are really good because Megatron is so much taller. I would have liked it if Shockwave was a little taller, but I can see why. Um, I really want to see an upgrade kit for, like an upgrade changing kit for Megatron. I don't want them to release a whole new Megatron, but I think if they make like a new kit for that one, for this one, then it would work. It'd probably make a kit that changes look to Fall of Cybertron. I know I'm rambling, but I'm sleepy. I'm tired. It's early, and I really don't want to be up, but I have to be. But yeah. Anyways, that's Fall of Cybertron. That's Fall of Cybertron. Starscream. Him and Kickback were purchased by 87 Dark Knight, my best friend Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Didn't mention him in the first review. Have to mention him now because I'm an idiot. So thank you, Kevin. I'll be back some point with a new review. I don't know when. But stay tuned. Stay frosty, guys. See you later.